Okay, friends, this is a creme anglaise, English custard cream sauce, and you serve with dessert, or you make, if you want to make an ice cream, really simple. You can put Grand Marnier in it, you can put Kahlua. I'm just cooling it right now. This recipe is so easy to make. All you need is egg and cream, and I put a white chocolate in mine. So stay tuned. We're going to make it right now. Remember, give us a thumbs up if you like the recipe. And forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get a notification every Thursday when we do a new video. Creme anglaise. Very easy. Stay tuned. It's getting thick now. Okay, folks, today we're going to make a very simple creme anglaise. Creme anglaise is an English custard cream sauce that you serve with dessert. This is what you make if you want to make an ice cream. You make a creme anglaise first, you put it in the ice cream maker, and you got yourself ice cream. This is a fundamental, basic sauce to learn how to make. And a child can do it, okay? It's very simple. I'm going to show you. A lot of people use plain chocolate. I like to use, plain sugar. I like to use a little white chocolate in my creme anglaise. It gives it a better texture, and I like to melt my white chocolate with the cream. Now, white chocolate is mostly sugar. So I don't need to add much sugar to it because I already got it. I'm going to have it already in there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to melt my, my chocolate in there. And then I got 4 eggs. So it's a very simple. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar. I don't need much sugar. You make sure you measure carefully. You know, when it comes to sugar, it's a very personal thing. You know, some people like things very sweet. I have a friend of mine who is a pastry chef from South America. She used condensed milk and everything. Let me tell you, her stuff is so sweet. And I go, Juliana, it's a little too sweet. She goes, oh no, I need to add more sugar. You know, sugar is a thing. It's a personal choice. Okay, so you use as much as you want. I'm going to use a little bit of Tahitian vanilla. You love Tahitian vanilla. You can use a vanilla bean if you want. If you're going to use a vanilla bean, you got to use it in a hot cream. Okay, most people don't have vanilla bean or don't want to spend $19 for one bean, so they use Tahitian, they use vanilla extra. And if you buy Tahitian vanilla extra, it's pretty nice, okay? You can put it in the egg, put very little of it, you don't need a lot, okay? And then what we're going to do what is called tempering the egg. And then we're going to take a hot cream, and we're going to pour it slowly onto the... We're going to pour it slowly onto the egg, and we're going to do what it's called. Let's make sure your white chocolate is melted, okay? And now you can make this. You can make this custard cream a long time in advance, and believe it or not, you can freeze it. It will freeze beautiful. Nothing's going to happen to it if you freeze it. You see, I'm doing it slowly to temper my eggs so I don't cook my eggs right there, right? Very simple. Mix it up really nice. After you did it a little bit, you can go, right? And now what we're going to take this creme anglaise. See, some of the white chocolate did not melt. Not to worry. We're now going to take that creme anglaise right there, and we're going to cook it. We're going to cook it until the egg actually cooks. Okay? And it's really simple. You need to get the egg at about 145 to cook. And it's really simple. All we're going to do now, we're going to make sure that white chocolate completely melts. Then we're going to adjust. For a sweetness. It has to be whatever makes you happy. You know, there's no right or wrong here. Don't follow somebody's recipe and say that's just the way it is. It's how you like it. So, you know, if you're not sure about the sugar or how you like it, put a little bit less sugar. You can always add more sugar. You just can't take it out, okay? So it's very simple. Let me just take a rag and, excuse me, I got to take a rag and clean up my pot, because the little bit of the cream went on the side of the pot, and I hate a dirty pot. So we all got our idiosyncrasy. Is that what you call it? Idiosyncrasy? You know, where like we are, oh, forget it. I'm not going to try to tell you about English. You guys got it. So look, all I got to do now is cook it, right? And I got to be careful not to overcook it, because if I overcook it, then the egg would have tendency to curdle and harden, and the egg white will overcook. And I'm going to show you. So remember now, you're mixing it until you have a thick consistency so it coats the back of the spoon better than this. It doesn't take very long to cook it. We're going to go very slowly. I'm going to test it for sugar. You know, whatever amount of sugar you want. Ah, delicious. There you go. All right. So now, at this point, you can put a lot of booze in there, friends. You could put Grand Marnier, you could put Kahlua, you could put Tiamat, you put whatever alcohol you want to put in here, okay? I like to make it quite thick so then I can flavor it, but I usually wait to flavor it. I could put rum in there. I could put a bunch of stuff. I usually wait before I put alcohol when I'm ready to use it, whatever it is that I'm going to use it with, okay? And then I'll add the alcohol to flavor it at the moment that I use it. See, look, it's starting to get thicker, you see? And it's going to get a lot thicker when it cools, okay? We don't want it to be too hot. We don't want it to break on us. But I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a trick, okay? Because it could happen to you. Then you're making it, and you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden, it's too thick. You overcooked it. And if you'll see it when it overcooks because it looks like curdled milk almost. See, by the way, you notice I'm constantly mixing it, okay? I'm constantly mixing it. It's getting nice and thick. Okay, so now look.
Hold on.
You see it's getting really nice and thick right now. It's beautiful, you see? All right, so now I want to show you. What could happen now is you overcook it. And if you overcook it, you take your immersion blender. This is a great tool. And you pour right on there, and it becomes smooth as silk. You see, look. Put your immersion blender in there, and I promise you, if you do overcook it, it's going to make it as smooth as silk. It's a little trick. It's really a good trick, okay? And here you have it right there. You don't need it to be really, really thick right now because it's going to thicken when it cools. I can cook it probably just a little bit more. My stove is not participated in my, all right? So you can let me just put this right here. Let it cool, let it cook just a little bit more. I like it, like I said, I don't want to overcook it. So I'm going to take it now because, like I said, it'll get thicker as it cools, okay? And what we're going to do now, we're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to put it in a nice bath until it gets to nice cold temperature. Now, if you get to the end of your bowl and you got a little overcooked, you can do this again. Nice and smooth. Another thing you could do also, you could also strain it. You could take it into a strainer. You can take it into a strainer and strain it. And what I do now, I take my bowl, I put it in an ice bath. And now I got to tell you something. It's very important, friends, is the first minute or so then this sauce is cooling, it has a good opportunity at this point to create a skin. It's going to create a skin on it. And if it creates a skin on it, you're going to have a tough time taking it out. So what I do is if I put it on ice like this, I just make sure for the first few minutes, for the first 10 minutes, every 90 seconds or so, I just mix it so it doesn't create a skin. When the sauce reaches room temperature, it's not going to have a skin anymore. Or what you could do if you're in a hurry, you can take plastic wrap and put it right on top of it. That will avoid the skin from forming. And then when you need it, all you got to do is take the plastic wrap out of it. And this is going to thicken. It's going to get a nice thick consistency by the time it gets cold. Right now, it's still about 140 degrees probably. By the time we get to right now, we're about 134 degrees. So by the time it's cool, it's going to get to like 40, 45, 50 degrees. It'll be nice and thick, and we can use it to put on top of a dessert. Or you can freeze it, or you can put it in your ice cream maker, and you got yourself a wonderful sauce. So just adjust seasoning, put the alcohol you want to put in here, and you're done. That's all. All you got to do is just keep mixing it for the first few minutes so it doesn't create a skin until it gets cold enough. That's why I do it in a nice bath. All right, that's all there is to it. Crème anglaise, very simple. You guys got to make this. It's simple. Remember, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get a notification next time we make a video every Thursday morning at 10 o'clock.